So I hope everyone bring your baseball. Okay? If you forget, later you can borrow one from lab officer for tonight only, okay? And this is a schedule for second part. So we are in 7, okay? And we will have 4 lab sessions. And actually, every sessions will be very tight. We have a lot of things to do every lab, okay? So I also have, within this this period, I have, for each lab, I have a few exercises I want you to complete within that week, okay? And it requires some homework, self-study at home. Okay, so do practice at home. And then you have a break, and then you have a week of assessment. So, okay, the general idea for the second part is we are going to use our processor to control a bunch of devices on our baseboard. Okay, so baseboard will have plenty of devices. And later on, your assignment 2 question will be like, you are going to use this whole thing to model one system. Okay? And in that system, there are many devices involved. And during our labs, basically, we are going to learn how to control each individual device. Okay? So, they are like, you will get knowledge of how to use each individual devices, but after that, you are going to integrate all of them to a system. Okay? So, I hope by this moment, you all don't have quite big problem on programming individual devices. You shouldn't be, okay? So, that's why here, I hope everyone finish the exercises I give. Okay, to make sure that you can control each device. And then at this moment, you will use a lot of time to integrate your system. Integration will take a lot of time. It's not that easy. Not like you put all the code together, it will work. It doesn't work in that way. Okay, so here, hopefully, you will solve your problem within the week. Okay, so from this week onward, we have a Saturday clinic. Every week. Even after the lab for the tutorials, if you have questions, you can, get prepared for the exam. Okay? So if you use the Saturday clinic as, the time that you finish your labs. Okay? So for this week, you will have the kit introduction, means you get familiar with your baseboard. Okay, and you need to you will get a hands-on session for programming device. So there are steps that you need to follow whenever you program one device. Okay, and then by this week you should get familiar with these devices: SW3, SW4, 2 push buttons, and RGB LED 7 segments. Okay, you should be able to control them individually. Okay, and you have learned how to use this one, right? How to program this one, and you have seen the software. So you are going to use the baseboard. Okay, and you are going to use additional one USB cable to power this one up. And this one, by this moment, you may not have it yet, but later on in week 10, you will get it. So this is the way you connect your LPC with the baseboard. Okay, pay attention of the orientation. And when you plug this one onto the baseboard, pay attention of the pins, make sure they are aligned. Okay, make sure they are aligned. And to power this whole thing up, definitely you need a cable for your LPC. Okay, so this is your LPC, your ARM processor. And to power up baseboard, you have 2 options. You have 2 USB ports for your baseboard. Either of these can power up your baseboard. But the difference of these 2 ports are, is basically here, the communication. So basically this port allows you to transmit data. Not only power up the bar, also transmit data. Okay, but this one you cannot transmit data, you can only power this thing up. So later on in week 10, we are going to learn how to transmit data between your baseboard and your computer. So in week 10, definitely you need this port. Okay, before that you can use this port. Okay, so basically I suggest you to use this so that later you don't need to make the change. Okay, and these are the devices on your baseboard. Okay, you see you have 7 segments, you have reset button. Okay, you have LED, you have OLED display. This is a small screen. Okay, and you have rotary switch. Okay, you can rotate a joystick. You can push up, down, left, right. Okay, and you have push button, SW3, SW4, accelerometer, temperature sensor, speaker, light sensor, LED array. Okay, and so on. So basically, pay attention of the devices, where the devices are. So later on, okay, during your assessment tool, let's say I will ask you to, okay, show me if the temperature is increased, what will happen, what will you display? So how to increase the temperature? You need to know where your temperature sensor is, right? Then you put your finger here, touch it to increase the temperature, or you must know where the device is. Okay, so pay attention of the device. And these are the documents you need to use. So you have seen this, right? You have seen this LPC17XX user manual, 800 pages, big file, right? You see this one. You got your ARM, you got your ASM instruction here, right? Remember, there is a table that telling you what is ADD, what is SUB, right, and so on. And for part 2, you have additional documents like the baseboard user guide and the baseboard schematic. So basically, I will say this one, okay, your user manual is basically for your LPC1769. Okay, I draw a small picture over there. And your baseboard user guide and the baseboard schematic is for this baseboard. Okay, and not only that, this file tells you like what devices you have on the baseboard and how to control them. Okay, and this one shows the schematic of different devices. Not only that, it also tells you the pin mapping between your LPC1769 and your baseboard, which means you see you have the pins here. Whenever you plug your small board onto the big one, okay, some connections are made, right? So basically, once you plug this one on, your LPC can control the devices there. So there are connections already made. So how to find the mapping between this board pins and this board devices? There is a mapping between these two. So it also shows in this document. Okay? And then lastly, you have a bunch of data sheet. So this is your Luminous is zipped together. So these are the documents for individual devices. Let's say you have different devices on your baseboard. So these are the documents explaining how each device works. Okay? So you get the relationship? Okay? So that's the document. Then the example programs, you still need the 3 libraries. Okay? And when you can can only go to this part1.zip to get yours, the libraries. Okay, and this must be imported to your software first before all the others. Okay, and then you have a GPION in example.zip. This one you can find it from Luminous. Okay, so if you open this, you can actually see two projects inside this. Okay, and these are actually giving you a starting point. Okay, giving you a starting point. So in week 7, okay, from this moment, we are going to write something inside this project. Okay, and this one is something about the interrupt, which we are going to introduce in week 9. So you can use this from week 9 onwards. So it gives you an example. And beside this file, you have one more demo.zip that you can find from wiki.nus. So this is a website that Dr. Rajesh is using for the second part. Okay, so you can, later I will show you where to download this one. So this is basically a more, this one has more code compared to this, because this one is actually using a lot of devices already. There is an example code using many devices already. Okay, so basically I'm going to use this one for this week only to test your baseboard. So we just debug this one to see whether these devices are working properly or not. If it's not, means something wrong with your baseboard, you can change with the lab officer. But I will not explain the code here. And also, if later on your assignment 2, you have same feature like this one, it doesn't consider as your own work. Okay, because the code is given. For example, this one, when you debug this one, you can actually draw lines on the OLED by using the joystick. So if you have the same feature on your final assessment 2, it doesn't count as your work. Okay? So basically this will be the 3 projects, example projects. Okay, so let's try, as I said, let's try demo first to test your baseboard. Make sure that the devices on your baseboard are working. Okay, so to test this, you need 3 libraries, and you need this demo.zip. Okay, if you haven't downloaded to your own computer, you can use a lab computer. Okay, demo.zip is already in the lab computer. Okay, so and once you debug this, what you're supposed to see here is you can use a joystick to draw lines. I think I demoed this during lecture, right? You can draw lines on the OLED. Okay, and your LED array also, you have 16 LED arrays, and it's actually rotating. Can you see that? It's rotating this way. Okay, and it's very fast because I put my board vertically. If I put it a little bit flat, the rotation speed will be slower down. And if you go to the other side, it will rotate to the other direction. So basically, the movement of your LED array depending on the accelerometer. Okay, so these are the 2 things you can check once you debug this one. You don't need to edit any code here. Okay, debug this one and see whether you can get this 2. So to get this one, firstly, you need to double check that there is a jumper mapping here. You have this drawing in your box. So the red boxes here indicating the default setting for your jumpers. Okay, so basically your baseboard, this baseboard can work with many different types of LPC board. So we are using this LPC 1769, but actually other types of board can also plug onto this. Okay, but so we have this bunch of jumpers, so it gives you some flexibility to change the connections. Okay, but this is the default setup. So when you run demo.zip, before you debug this one, make sure that your jumpers are set like this. Okay? So I will give you some time to do this. So the demo.zip, you can find it from here. You go wiki.nus.edu.sg, you log in using your own account. If you cannot find E2028, you search it here. Okay, E2028, you can find the homepage of this. And under PCI4 with 7, you will see this file. Okay, and here are some tasks. I mean, these are the checklist that you need to do within this week. Means after this week, you should be able to do this. Okay, so I will give you some time to run the debug the demo.zip. Okay, you can start now.